right. Hi everyone. It's Razyel Kayne, and for right now, I'm going to be alone because NinjaBill had a quick setback, and he should be back within 15, 20 minutes. And so yeah, this is going to be you and me, and we're going to talk about the Wheel of Time. So if anybody shows up in the chat, I should be able to spot you. Hopefully everything's going to work out for NinjaBill. But we didn't want to postpone, and he's terribly sorry about that delay. And but we're gonna carry on. And basically, we are now at book 3 of Robert Jordan's Wheel of Time saga. It's the Dragon Reborn, and as we've hinted since book 1, Rand al'Thor is the prophesized Dragon Reborn. And what's interesting is that at the end of book 2, he battled in the sky. He fought Balzamon a second time because he did so also in the Eye of the World. And after that battle, it was kind of broadcasted across the sky at Falm, and everybody kind of suspect that he is. And we're going to see down the road in the series that it's going to be a major event that's going to start a lot of rumors. Well, they're not really rumors because it actually did happen, but it's going to start the legend of the Dragon Reborn. And what's interesting about this book is that it's not mainly focused on the Dragon Reborn. It's not mainly focused on Rand. Rand, in that book, I pulled up, it's fun, the wiki has a stat sheet. Rand is only in 2.4% of the book. Not much of the story is told through his perspective, so that's very different. He's been the prominent character of the series since day one, but this time he's not stepping away, but basically at the beginning of the book, he gets into an argument with Moiraine, and things get heated. And during the night, he just leaves the Shinarian camp. He sneaks out. He's gone. Nobody knows where he is. But Moiraine has a great speculation that he's going to be drawn to a city called Tyr. Now, in the prophecy of the Dragon Reborn, Tyr is a fortress. Basically, they call it the Stone of Tyr. It's a massive fortress, and it has never fallen. People tried, armies came, nothing could breach the Stone of Tyr. And the prophecy is that Rand will be able to, well, not Rand, but the Dragon Reborn is going to be able to breach it and take possession of a major artifact, which is Kalandor. Now, Kalandor is shaped like a sword, but it's not a sword. It's actually a Terrangrel or an Angrel. There's so many different, well, let me just pull it up. Kalandor. According to the wiki, Kalandor is the sword that is not a sword, and it's a Sa-Angrel, which basically means it can only be used by a man, because basically it's a sword that helps you channel Satan, which, as we've established, you have the one power, and then it's divided into two halves. And then those two halves, there's the female and the male part. Sadar is for the female, so women can access and channel from this source. And Satan is the male half of the one power, and it's only reachable by male. But as we know from the war, from many thousands of years ago, that part is corrupted, and any male that tries to use the Satan is going to go insane, which is why it's almost a curse for men to be able to use magic. But it's not magic, it's channeling, but we've been through that. So basically that Sa-Angrel, Kalandor, is actually a tool used by male channeler to greatly enhance their power. Like it's a funnel of energy. It's an amazing thing, but it's very dangerous and it's easy to burn yourself out with it. But that's what the prophecy is. The Dragon Reborn will be able to enter the Stone of Tyr and breach it and take a hold of Kalimdor. So basically, the main plot of this book is going to be people trying to find Ram, but people moving in the same direction without knowing. Everybody's going to be drawn to it, especially Matt and Perrin, the other two Tavarine. Now, those two Tavarine will have stories of their own. Most importantly, Matt has been, at the beginning of the book, he's cured now in Tar Valon from the curse of the dagger that he picked up at Shadar Logot. He's no longer tied to it, but he still feels something. The problem is that now he has memory holes. There's stuff he doesn't remember from that period. He's confused by what happened. So everything is rather vague, and some part of what happened to him, it's best forgotten. Now, he's going to from Tar Valon, he's going to get to Tyr as well on his own, but he's going to be joined by Tom Merrilin, whom last we saw, basically he was in Camlin, and he killed the king because of the whole story about the games, the game of house, and how Rand kind of didn't want to play that game and decided to, he's just going to use the opportunity. He re-met Tom, saw that there was a way gate, tried to use it, didn't work. But because of all the involvement, the king had Tom's girlfriend killed. So Tom killed him. And nobody's ever going to find out about this from book 2 to book 14. That's going to be who killed him, the king of Tyr, but not Tyr, of Camlin, will remain a mystery. That being said, Tom is going to meet up with Matt, and they're going to have some merry adventure until they get to the Stone of Tyr. Basically, Matt leaving Tar Valon, if we go on that branch, first, he's very weak. He's tired. He eats all the time because he's been healed, and that's a side effect of being healed by the Aes Sedai, is that you're really famished. It takes a lot out of the person receiving the healing as much as it takes from the person giving the healing. So he's going to eat all the time, and he's weak, but he needs money, and he's a gambler. So what he does, he goes to the training ground, picks up a wooden stick, a staff, and challenges Elaine's two brothers who are training to become warder. So that's Galadred and Gavin. Hold on, let me just pull. There's so many characters in this that it's kind of hard to remember everything. But anyway, the two young men are learning the sword by one of the warders out there, and Matt challenges them to both a duel at the same time, him against these two with their sword and him with his stick, and he kicks the shit out of them with pure luck. It's lucky, but then there was something in the past, a prophecy. One of the greatest warder that's ever been had been beaten back then, thousands of years ago. He's been beaten by a farmer with a stick, and that's what Matt is. He grew up on a farm and used a stick, so he won. But then, so he makes a little bit of money. After that, he goes to a tavern and start dicing. So they have various game of dice that are very common throughout the series. It's the main gambling game for the common people. If you're a noble, you want to play cards because that's more, I don't know, appropriate. Hey, Devoid, I just saw your chat. Sorry, because I'm going through a window. So I'm going to say hello to Devoid of Logic. Thanks for showing up. And NinjaBill is going to be here a little later. He had a quick family emergency to take care of. Where was I? Oh, yeah. So Matt's going to make money in the tavern. And without realizing it, he's going to go from a copper piece to several gold. And they have a crown system. It's silver crown, gold crown. And then each state, each city state has its own minting process. So some are more valuable. And but he's going to get, he's not going to get rich, but he could. Um, and then he starts noticing that he's hearing, oh, is that there? Maybe not. I'll wait for NinjaBill because he loves Matt, so he's going to be able to confirm if that's when we start hearing the dice rattling. Um, but he's going to make his way from tavern to tavern, bar to bar, across the land, and he's going to be drawn to the Stone of Tyr because of his link with Rand and Perrin, and both being Tavarine or Tavaran. We all have different pronunciation for that. On the other side, you'll have Moraine, and you have her warder Lan, and some of the Shinyar soldier, and they're gonna go on their way to find Rand, and they're a day late behind him, and everywhere they go, something wonderful or disastrous happened. They get to a town, and there's a wedding celebration going on. He doesn't, nobody, and so when they ask, say, who's getting married? And then an old man on the porch says, who didn't get married? Everybody in town is pretty much getting married now, because there was one wedding which apparently a guy fitting Rand description attended to, and it put him in such a good mood that the pattern wove itself around him, as Tavarin does, and it drove people to just start getting married. So he really influenced, and I'm guessing either positive or negative, depending on who's getting married. But everybody just wanted to get married, and they did. So they had plenty of celebration, and now this town is going to be booming with kids plenty, down the road. And there's other instance of where you see the impact of what Rand is causing, and then Perrin's going to see that, and in his journeys, eventually, Perrin will have an encounter with. A girl called, basically calling herself Mandarb. So when she introduced herself, he starts laughing his ass off because Mandarb is also the name of Lan's horse. And basically, they fall in love without falling in love, without, they don't tell anybody, and they have that complicated, weird dynamic at first. But she sticks with him, even if he's trying to tell her, stay away, go away. And but she sticks with him, and eventually they all meet up to the Stone of Tyr. They're gonna get there, and I'm just going through the wiki. Yeah, thanks, Devoid. I'm monologuing here, and I'm trying not to do the whole thing of just reading the book, but you know, I'm on the wiki, and I'm trying to get the important part out, and it's kind of hard. And so anyway, from basically the book is divided in, those are the three main story. You have, well, not main story. You have Matt and Perrin, who are doing their best to get to the Stone of Tyr. While Perrin is doing his best, I don't think Matt realized. I know he knows he has to go, but he doesn't know why. And that's a common theme with Matt. He's absolutely trying to get away from all of this bullshit. That's what he calls it. Not in those terms, but he doesn't want anything to do with it. He just wants to find a tavern, have a drink, have some fun, pinch some girl's butt. That he's looking for women that likes to be tickled. That's his thing. And it's not going to happen in this book. As much as he's trying to get away, he's always pulled back. It's like in The Godfather, you know, in part 3, where what's his name? Anyway, Al Pacino, when he's like, every time I think I'm out, they pulled me back in. Well, that's exactly what Matt's story is. He's trying to get out. So basically, this is the the two other Tavarine. They're going to converge to the Stone of Tyr. Another thing is that I'm just trying, because there's Egwene as well. She's very prominent in this book. Um, they okay, the Armelin seat, which is at this point Sir Sanche. She wants Neyev, Egwene, and eventually Elaine to hunt down the Black Adja. Now, because they've been exposed, because they had been kidnapped by one of the Black Adja who tried to sell them to the Sanshan in Falm. And that's that's going to be their driver for the longest part of the series. They're going to hunt down the Black Adja. And they're actually going to be successful at it, but they're going to get themselves in tons of trouble. It's going to be a very hard. They're going to meet up against the Forsaken. It's going to, you know, they're going to go across the globe, get in trouble, but also they're going to end up at the Stone of Tyr. Because, in a sense, at this point, Egwene still is promised to Rand, and because of they just grew up together and they're supposed to get married eventually. But now that they're out in the world, there's a lot of other options, like Egwene meeting the younger brother of Elaine, which I think his name is it's either oh, well, there you go, Gawyn. There you go. The other one was Galad, which is short for Galadred. And so Galad is the older brother, and he's supposed to be the most handsome man in all of the land. And then Gawyn, the younger one, is a very, you know, still handsome and a very able swordsman. So she sees him, you know, training. So she's going to be kind of more drawn to him. But she's going to leave with Elaine and Nayev, and they're going to go to the make their way to the Stone of Tyr. Now the problem is that they're gonna not the problem. Good fortune will have them meet Ice Ael. Now Ael, we've seen and skimmed a bit of them here and there. Uh, what we're gonna see is Perrin is going to. Is it in that book? Give me a quick second. Okay, so basically, okay, so if I go back, Min left the camp with Moraine and Lan and everything to go report to the Amlin seat of what expired. Moraine, Lan, Loyal, and Perrin chase after Ran. Along the way they meet with Fail, they battle Darkhounds, which are actually big dogs that if their saliva touches you, you're dead. There's no saving throw. There's no, if it touches you, you're dead. And that's gonna be important in 2 books, maybe. But this is a very scary creature, and so they're gonna actually battle them. And also they're gonna meet with Forsaken called Samahel, who actually impersonates somebody. So he rules a town called Ilion, which they're gonna go through. So we have Matt, who's hold on. See, when I do this with NinjaBill, we can bounce off each other, but now I have to remember everything by myself. So, hold on. Yeah. So when they arrive with the Matt in Tarvalon, the girls are summoned by the. Well, they're escorted by Varen. Varen Matwin. She's a nice Sedai of the Brown Ajah. She's going to be crucial in this story. She's not a main character. She's a secondary character, but remember the name of Varen. She's important. After they get to Tarvalon, Urin departs to report to his king in Shinyar, and all the Baldo landers also they go back to that. Um, there's a little there's a little skirmish. Verin is escorting Elaine Nayev and Egwin back to Tarvalon at the beginning of the book, and then eventually they meet with the Children of the Light. The Children of the Light are it's I don't want to. It's a typical case of the highway to hell is paved with good intentions. They have good intentions to rid the world of dark friends. I'm gonna sneeze and I can't pause myself. I do apologize for this. So basically, the Children of the Light are a faction where they try to uh, do the right thing by stopping dark friends. Anybody that want to help the Shadow. But the thing is that they think that all spellcaster, all female of Tarvalon, any Aes Sedai, is evil, which they're not. Some of them are, you know, plotting and mischievous and everything, but they're not evil. But the Children of the Light have convinced of that. So when they see four Aes Sedai, they try to arrest them. What happens? Well, the girls, they haven't completed their training as Aes Sedai, which means that they haven't been bound by the three oaths. I think it's three um, of the Aes Sedai, which the three oaths are um, I won't lie, or I will tell no lie. Um, I won't use the power to attack someone, and another one, I don't know. But so when the Children of the Light attack, oh yeah, you can only use the power to defend yourself. And but the thing is that the before the Children of the Light attack, the girls actually just blow. I think they explode the ground uh, in front of them to give them a warning shot, saying, "Don't come near here." You know, and Verin is appalled. She's like, "You can't do that. You can't attack people with the one power. It's part of the rule." But not being Aes Sedai. So anyway, though they make their way to the Tarvalon, and then they're given the mission to hunt down the Dark Friend. Um, oh yeah, Elaine. Okay, Matt's goal originally is to go back home. So Elaine gives Matt a letter for Queen Morgas, the ruler of I'm sorry. Earlier I said Tom killed the king of Camlin. It's the king of Kaharian because Queen Morgas is in Camlin. Sorry. Um, so basically, Matt's first mission is to give that letter to the queen, and basically he meets Tom in a tavern, and they escape Tarvalon together. They get to Andor, and then he delivers the letter and learns of a plot by Queen. He learns of a plot against Queen Morgas, and it's a plot involving Lord Gabriel, who's the Queen's lover at the time, and the plan is to murder Elaine, the daughter here. Um, and then that task is given to women, so we eavesdrop, and then so he tries to catch up with these women, and they're on their way to Tyr. So he's gonna, be drawn to Tyr against his will. He's gonna go in the direction that Rand is going. So this is the different plot lines, if you will, and then on their travel, you have the three girls who will meet with Aiel, and Aiel are uh, uh, a not a race. They're a group of people that live in basically the Arizona desert. That it's basically a desert with lots of stone, so there's shade, and shade is very valuable there. If you find shade, and water is extremely rare. And these people are um, feared across the land because some 20 years ago there was the Ael War because the king of Carrion decided to cut down a tree that was a gift from the Ael, and that basically that was a seedling of their holy tree. So they gave a seedling, that tree grows. The king says, screw it, I want a chair made out of that, cuts the tree down. The AL find out, they're upset, they come. And then everybody thinks that the AL have come to invade the land. But their one mission was to kill that guy. And this is where the whole thing starts, where an AL, gives birth to, well, I'm trying not to spoil anything. Anyway, the AL are feared, so on their way to Tyr, the girls are going to meet up with. They're going to encounter AL. Oh, and we have my co-host NinjaBill, who's muted right now. You're still, yeah, you're muted, man. I can't hear you.
I'll be right back. I just walked in the house. I'll be right back.
Hey, dude, I'm doing okay, so it's
Awesome.
all good.
Hello, everyone in chat. I'll be right back.
We had the void in the chat. All right, cool. Hey, Master Far.
Awesome. Master Far, good to see you.
Yeah. So he'll be back. Yeah, Master Far. First time I see your name in the chat, so hello. I hope that you enjoy the Wheel of Time so far. And Devoid has been listening to me rant for 20 minutes now? What time is it? Yeah, 23 minutes. Or more than that. We started a little earlier. Anyway. So Elaine, Egwene, and Nayev are going to encounter a group of spear sisters. So basically, the AL are divided into different faction. You have the Stone Dogs. You have the spear sister, and you have different other factions. So they're going to encounter them, and one of them is dying, and so they recognize women because of, I think, their ring, which is the serpent eating its tail, the symbol of the Aes Sedai, and they recognize them, and they ask if they can help them. So they sit down. They lie down beside them, and they crouch. And Nayev is the healer. She's the one who specializes in healing. And if you remember, she has that blockage. She's not able to channel unless she's pissed off. So she has to get pissed off to heal that woman. So she's like, "Yeah, you had to get stabbed. You had to get stabbed. You had to go and fight." And then the other AL are like, "Is she getting upset about something?" And the girls are like, "Oh yeah, she is." But they're actually proud. They're happy that she's getting upset
because now she can heal everyone.
Exactly, she heals everyone. So
let the hair braid pulling begin.
Exactly. So what I've done in your absence, NinjaBill, I
apologize to everyone profusely. By the way, I had my mother. What happened is, I don't care if I share it or not. My mother got a call hospital. She had to go get blood work done. It was like Razyel had literally just messaged me and said I'm backstage just as the doctors were calling, and I'm just like, ugh. So start the show, run to the doctors, get the blood work done, run all the way back, and here I am.
Yep. Well, everything okay?
Oh yeah, it was just blood work. So for tests, it has to be done. So yep, everything's good.
I'm glad everything's okay.
So back to the show, but the show had to go on regardless whether I was here or not. I'm a big believer in that.
No, it's all good.
Must go on.
Basically, I've explained the 3 plot lines: Matt delivering a letter to Morgas, and it beating Gawain and Galad, meeting Tom, uncovering the plot that Lord Gabriel wants to kill Elaine, and now Matt is hunting the women who are tasked with the contract. And they're going towards Tyr. So Matt, against his will, is going in the same direction that Rand is.
Yeah,
Perrin,
which is always the case where he gets gets led by the nose more or less through all the books.
Exactly. Now, the only thing is that I don't remember if it's in book 3 or book 4 that the dice starts.
I thought it was late book 3.
Okay. So, because now he's getting rich playing dice in taverns, and then I've explained that Perrin is following Rand's footstep with Moraine, Lan, Loyal, and they're trying to catch up to him. And then everywhere they go, something weird has happened, like the whole town getting married and stuff like that. So everybody's on their way.
It's the Taveran. Their Taveran nature is twisting the pattern around them.
Exactly.
And devoid of logic, Razyel is absolutely right. That show is not. Read the book, please. Please read.
Anything we say right now is not in the show because the show screwed everything up. First episode.
Yes.
So.
But anyway, please continue on. So Nynaeve is getting angry.
Yep. And I think this is where they I don't remember the names of the AL. I was looking through the wiki. I don't know if it's characters that we're going to see later. And
well, 2 of them maybe. Yes.
Yeah, they're the 2 girls that are going to end up with the AL that Perrin saved in book 2.
Yeah, Chad, and what was the other one? Chad and I forget her name, but yeah, they're the ones who the girls first meet in on as they're coming off the boat, as I recall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's them.
Or have you gotten that far yet?
I'm at the part where they heal, so I'm not at tier yet.
Oh, okay. Then please go on. I'm stepping ahead then.
Yeah, well, it's hard to remember all of this stuff, man.
Oh yeah, especially when I'm not looking at anything. I'm just building off memory. I mean, if everybody would see my screen, I'm literally looking at you and the chat, and that's it, because that's all I've had time to do. I haven't had time to bring up any windows or anything, and that's okay. So I this is how much I love those books, that I've read them so many times, and I may jumble up the precise timing of things, but I remember.
Yeah. Now, I don't know. I saw that in the chat there was Master Far.
Yeah, Master Far.
I don't know if he's still there, but if he's it just rang the bell. Like maybe his username is reminiscent of Jane Far's writing.
Yeah.
I'm just throwing it out there. So he's a fan of the books, maybe.
Yeah. Master Far is a longtime friend of the channel. So.
Oh, okay.
Cool guy. He has some interesting content. So. Yep.
All right. Okay, so basically at this point, we get to tier. Matt is pursuing those the assassins. The girls are traveling with the AL because they find out that the AL are going to the Stone of Tyr. The AL are drawn to the Stone of Tyr. They basically were. What we're going to find out in other books is that their version of the wisdom gave them had an omen that the AL had to get to Tyr, and so they did. They just went, and basically that's how the Stone of Tyr is going to fall. Rand gets there. From one side, he's trying to enter, but then the AL also attacked.
Where they also and doesn't Matt and what's his name, the thief catcher, what was his name? I forget. Julian. Yes.
No. Hold on. Okay.
Julian,
okay. If I check the climax in Tyr, Nynaeve, Egwene, and Elaine are unwillingly betrayed by Julian Sandar, a thief catcher. Oh, yep. He was under the influence of compulsion by Liandrin.
And what up, DFS?
And Liandrin is a Black Aja Aes Sedai, who's also a Red Aja. And so she she's been looking for the boys, for the Dark One, and she uses Julian to catch him. And Julian is going to become another major character. You'll see him through. I think he joins with. Is it him or Huron that joins Matt's band?
Matt.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
but
he's gonna.
He skips between the three of the boys here and there, but for the most part, it's Genevieve who. And I hate to spoil it, but Genevieve, man, she runs roughshod over Tom and Julie, and she runs them like a horse, man.
Oh yeah. She's a hard mistress. She
drags them everywhere they go, man. Everywhere he doesn't want to go.
Yeah, he's gonna have to be they need a man for something. She pulls them in, and there you go. So basically, the girls are imprisoned in the Stone of Tear at this point. And then the Matt arrives, and him and Julian meet up, and then they have the same goal. So then they go to
scale the Stone of Tear.
Yeah, they go to save the girls. Fail falls into a trap by the Black Aja for more rain, and then Perrin. Oh yeah, that's when we see Perrin, who's been training throughout the last book to be able to go in the wolf dream, which is which everybody else calls Tel'Raniad.
Yep.
And
he like goes. The way you say that.
Tel'Raniad. That's that's my that's how I read
the way I say it.
Yeah,
well, I does it justice.
Well, that's the thing. It's you have to read the at the end of the books the annex. Let me check. Maybe I'm wrong. WT. So here, I'm looking at the back of the book. You have want to see
pronunciation and all that. Yeah.
The time for the people at home. Terrangrel.
Joseph Michael Riley. Glad you could join the stream.
All right. So Tel'Raniad, but it's pronounced Tel'Raniad. Holy shit. Yeah.
I like the way you say it better. It's the accent.
Tel'Raniad, yeah.
Trust me, so the accent does it justice.
Perrin risked his life going physically in the wolf dream and tried to rescue her. Hey, DFS. If you want to learn, pick up the books. They're awesome. Don't watch the show. It's going to melt your brain.
Yeah.
Eventually, Rand and Belial duel in the Stone of Tear. And Moiraine uses the forbidden Balefire to kill Belial. So basically, Balefire, the more power you put into it, if it hits a target, it's going to erase everything that this target did in the past X amount of time.
Yeah, in history. It erases him from them or whatever it was from history and whatever they've done from history.
Exactly.
It's bad. It's a bad juju to use.
Depending on how much power you put into it.
Yeah.
But the thing is that if you're killed with Balefire, you're also erased from the pattern. You don't come back in the next wheel.
Yeah, you're gone forever.
Exactly. So it's forbidden because it's in every cheap sci-fi movie where there's something that's going to tear up space and time, that's Balefire.
Yeah.
It really, and at the end of the book, it's going to become very important.
It's the nuclear option of the series. It's the nuclear option.
Exactly. So now Balsamon appears, which is the third time that he's going to battle Rand. He disables Moiraine, attacks Rand. Rand takes Kalandor. So now he's the Dragon Reborn of the prophecy. He took the Stone of Tear and he took Kalandor. And with it, he kills Balsamon. But at this point, I think that's where Jordan could have ended as a trilogy, because at this point, Rand thinks he killed the Dark One. Because basically what we learn is that Balsamon has been impersonating the Dark One in dreams and stuff like that. So every time that Rand thought he was talking to the Dark One, he's talking to the Balsamon.
Yes, exactly. Devoid.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
So basically, they find okay, more okay, dark Rand thinks that he killed Balsamon. Morin tells him the Dark One is not human, so it couldn't have been him.
Yeah, he was one of the 13 Forsaken to be
exactly.
Yeah.
So now there's a corpse, so he's not the Dark One. Egwene remembers a parchment from the prophecy that Verin showed her, and she deduced that the corpse is possibly Ishmael, chief amongst the Forsaken. But eventually, we're going to find out that it was Balsamon because Ishmael will appear elsewhere. And then we also, like I said earlier, we know that Alien is run by, oh man, where is it? At this point in the story,
the second most powerful, what's his name?
I said it earlier.
Yeah.
It's,
but he's running.
It's Samael. It's Samael.
Yep, Samael. Yep.
Yeah. So basically, at this point, the Ael in Tyr take the stone and reveal themselves as the people of the dragon. So basically, the Ael means people of the dragon. So they've been training themselves in hope that a dragon will arrive and be reborn, and that they're going to serve. Well, not serve him, but they're going to.
They don't really serve him as
no.
we had the concept of serve. It's not slavery, and it's sort of like what would I liken to? It would be sort of like fiefdoms, how fiefdoms work. So
yeah,
you have many different clans of Ale, and they all will fight for the dragon, and
yeah,
but you know, they're not serfs really, or servants. They're they're the people of the dragon. They consider him as equals, unless it's the maidens. The maidens treat him like brothers, fathers, cousins, uncle.
He's the brother of the band. So basically, Rand in book 4 will have to choose which clan will protect him, or something like that. And he chooses the Maiden. And now
the Maidens of the Spear, and they're awesome. I love the Maidens.
They give him so much trouble because he still thinks like a man who has to protect a woman, and these girls are pissed at him every time he does that.
They are. So you have to think of the Maidens of the Spear. They are warriors through and through. Think of them as a cross between
Amazons and Valkyries.
Yes, that. and that's what they are. They all carry these spears. And every Ale will look at a sword like it's like a disease.
Exactly. That's one thing I really like about the Ale is that everything is a tool.
Except swords.
Except a sword. A sword is the only thing that has been made purposely to kill, and that's it. It's a weapon of war. So basically the AL, they only use tools. Hammer, spear, a spear's for hunting.
Or a dagger. The most they'll go is daggers. Even really long daggers, they'll look askance at, like, what is that thing? That get away from me. Get it away from me. They won't go near one. They won't touch one. Nope, they don't like them.
So they actually don't like that Rand uses one. But, most of the weapons for Aes Sedai are swords, being Kalendor or... No, the other one is this dragon scepter he's gonna get in book 5, I think.
Yeah, that's not really a sword though, but the hero marked blades he uses. Well,
he's a blade master, so you need a sword.
Yeah. And by the way, Joseph Michael Riley, in answer to your question, they did make a television series, and Razyel and myself will tell you that it's not worth watching unless you've never read the books. Don't read the books, and you'll know what the story is really about. They literally probably cut about 80% of the book's contents out of the television series.
Yeah, but they had 50% of crap.
Yeah, and they add, and all of that, they changed. They basically have the characters and locations down in the series, but other than that, they really changed who and what they are. So we highly recommend the Wheel of Time.
Right now, we're here at book 3, and there's book 14. But one book that they don't put here is A New Spring, which is book
Yeah, the
0.
prequel. Yeah,
It's
the
a prequel
prequel. Yep, and that was written
by Jordan.
by Jordan, but it was much like after book 7 or 8 he wrote that.
Yeah.
So yeah, yeah. So but yeah. So anyway, please continue with the ending of the book because we are very near the ending of the book.
Well, I think we are. Basically, he takes the stone.
Oh yes.
He fills the prophecy. So if we go plot developments by character, Altor draws Kalendor, proving himself to be the Dragon Reborn, and defeats Balsamon the final time.
Mm-hmm.
Matt Coton, finally cured of the illness caused by his association with the ruby-hilted dagger,
Mm-hmm.
leaves Starvalon with Tom Marilyn, journeying to Camlin and Tyr to prevent a plot of assassination against Elaine. Oh, and that's one thing, because I had forgotten about this whole thing, and now it makes sense, because every time later in the books, Matt keeps saying, why did I save her life? Why did I save her life? Because Elaine is going to give him such a hard time.
Yep. Right on, because it'll be Elaine, Genevieve, and Egwin who just run him like a bull.
Yeah, and they're not grateful. He did save their life,
Yeah,
and they
and they're
just
not. And it isn't until much later in like book 12 or something that Elaine says, "You know what? I am sorry for treating you the way we should be great." It literally takes almost the entire series for her to, at least her, the other two not so much, to say, "You know what? I'm sorry for how we've treated you."
Yeah.
But Egwin and Genevieve, no, not so much. You couldn't get a Genevieve to apologize
No, she won't.
except to Lan. Except to Lan.
Well, yeah, but that's that's Lan.
Much later.
So it's that's pretty much the book so far, the series so far, and it's still great. I need to start rereading them. Just haven't had a chance.
Yeah.
Because
I quick
I
skimmed
have
over this
other
book last
hobbies
night.
these days.
I quick skimmed over this book again last night, and I was like, going through it, and then this thing came up, and I'm so happy. So, before we go, got anything new?
Yes. I haven't reviewed them yet.
Nice.
I'm so happy to have this guy. I missed out complete because I started collecting before, after he came out, and I missed. And he was, 119 Canadian back then. So I was like, "Oh, I'm just starting collecting. This is a lot of money. I'm not gonna get him." At this point, yeah, I'm just gonna get him. He's so awesome. I did pay a late tax on him. Unfortunately, I got him from Toy Snowman in Montreal, but they had a little price increase. But I received some gifts, and so that's what I got. And I have this guy.
Nice. I have yet to review mine. I have yet to review him. One thing you can note in your review, and I'll show you real quick, and you won't find this on the box or in the instructions. There's a separate storage spot for that that accessory you see right there in the bottom, towards the bottom of the box in the front. That
welding tool.
It fits, boom, perfectly right in there. Check that out, guys.
Oh, okay. All right. Cool.
They don't mention it in there, but I was the first one to discover it, and everybody else gained it from me. But yeah, it literally is designed to store inside there. You can either store it up here with the gun behind the weapon, but really it's made to store inside there. So just so you know, so you can include that in your review. You'll know to say, "Oh, by the way, it fits right inside there."
Yeah, and I'll give you credit for it. But
yeah, I had yet to review this guy.
I wasn't going to pick him up, but something happened on my channel. Hold on. I'm actually going to brag about this. Can I share? Yeah, I'll share.
Absolutely. Go ahead.
Give me a quick second. I'll go on my YouTube channel.
What up, David?
Hey, David CT. Where is it? Hold on. Videos. Okay. I wasn't going to get him because I don't really like um, Blur. Like he's not a uh, amazing. Okay, if you can pop the share screen, there you go. But look here, that's my voice actor spotlight on John Machida Jr.
Mm-hmm.
This is John Machida commenting on my video,
Wow.
saying that after 40 years of interviews and stories about me, that they are generally riddled with error. It was great to watch a story that got it right. How much
Very cool.
freaking praise can I get? This is
Very
the
cool.
best
Congratulations, my
compliment ever.
friend.
I was so happy. We've actually emailed a couple times, and it's a we traded comments, and his Facebook account got hacked, and now his nephew is running his fan page and stuff like that. But
That is
it's
very cool.
yeah, it's I was super happy.
I'll bet you were over the moon. There was jumping involved, wasn't there?
Oh yeah, like
There
it's
was
like, oh
jumping.
my god, I gotta go. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god.
There was some bouncing.
Yeah, exactly. So that was just wow. It's to me that's the greatest recognition for my channel I could ever get. I got my story right when I did my research. So all those 40 hours,
Mm-hmm.
they
It was
meant
worth it.
something. Yeah,
It paid off.
exactly.
Paid off
So
in many ways, in many aspects. Yeah, I didn't really pick up anything new. I've got the authentic sound wave, authentic alpha sound wave. That's really the newest thing I've got in my collection. I've got a ton of figures. Got a review. I just keep playing around with this slag, man. This
oh, that's the
Cyberverse
Cyberverse?
slag. I love this thing. Yes, it's miscolored. Needs a bit more colors here and there to make it like
Have you seen the episode though? It's really
Oh
good.
yeah, oh yeah.
It's
I love the
really good.
Dinobots. I love them. Most people are complaining about Swoop being female. It doesn't bother me. It doesn't bother me one bit that she's female. But
Yeah.
man, I love this thing. I got that coming up. I just got this before I left for my vacation. I just got this from good friend of the channel, Ugly Wretch, which is the Masterpiece Ratchet. This is the KO.
Nice.
This is the KO. And my light is being really, really weird. There we
How
go.
much was that?
I have no idea how much he paid for it. I have no idea. He just sent it to me, and
That's nice.
I've also got the '86 slag I've got to do. I've yet to review him because, like I said, I left for vacation, so I've got him coming up.
Oh,
And
I have mine. If you like the toy version, because I have a G1 slag. He's the only G1 Dinobot I have.
I do too.
And
I have a ton. I have a bunch of slag toys. If it's a
there's
slag, I want it.
the Toy Hacks decals for Grimlock and Slag are amazing. The only thing is that I didn't get the non-F kit. Or is it non-F? Anyway, there's an upgrade kit where you can have him with a black head and red horns, and I didn't get that, but I did get the Toy Hacks decals. I did my review on them. They're super awesome. But next week I'm getting a huge mail call. I have Blaster, Perceptor, Artfire, and Nightstick.
Nice.
And I got the email yesterday. I'm finally getting the Reflector Siege 3-pack exclusive.
Oh, you lucky.
The toy
lucky
color
dog.
accurate. I'm like, oh man, I
Lucky
pre-ordered
dog.
this thing in May last year at BigBadToyStore. And then in October, maybe November. No, it was in October. DJC Collectable, my favorite online store, had a sale at 15% off. So I canceled my pre-order with BigBadToyStore, purchased from him. The only thing is I had to pay up front. And but with that discount, I couldn't pass up because it's pricey a little bit. So I was extremely happy, and now I got the email, and I'm gonna have I might go live next week to do unboxing while mail call.
I've got all these toys coming up. I've got RED Primal coming up. I've got all those. I've got oh shit. I don't know. I've got like the movie Soundwave coming out. Movie
Yep.
Wheeljack. By the way, I broke my wheel the Studio Series Wheeljack already. There, pardon me. There's some hook tabs.
Okay.
Yeah, there's some hook tabs that you use for going in alt mode. I broke one of them already.
You know what I did? Last week I found Studio Series 86 Reggar. And I was like, "Oh, okay. It's here. I'm gonna pick him up. It's the last one, in the whole area, in the whole area." So I picked him up. I get home, his freaking leg ratchet is way too tight. Broke the leg clean off.
Oh no! Oh,
Can't fix it.
Sad.
I was so mad. Like,
Oh,
so couldn't do
I would.
anything about that now. So
I would be
yeah.
mad too.
Oh man, it's terrible. I was like, all right, well, there goes that. So, it happens.
Yeah,
Hey, let me
yeah.
just pick up in the
Oh man,
chat.
like I said, I can't believe I broke the damn thing. I was trying to be careful with it too, and so the joints on that really tight. I haven't seen the ratchet yet, but I'm going to be looking for that. And I wasn't going to pick up the brawn. I just wasn't going to do it, but everybody keeps telling me pick it up, pick it up, pick it up. Peer pressure,
Yeah.
peer pressure, peer pressure, and I'm like,
I didn't pick any of the Bumblebee movie figures because I do a one version of each character, so I already have all of those guys. Except Braun, I have the Power of the Prime version, so he's shorter than Bumblebee, the Netflix Bumblebee. So I could replace him, but for now, I'll keep my money for. Oh yeah, I'll keep my money because now I've decided to go to TFCon Toronto.
Nice.
So I haven't found anybody. Actually, David, you're from Toronto, so maybe I'll see you there. But it's not that pricey for 2 days. It's about just under $70, or it's 110 if you want to have access to the early screening of the con exclusive bot, so I could purchase it earlier. But I don't do exclusive of characters that are obscures and stuff like that. I just don't collect.
Yeah, well,
that
this
much.
is the same. Because I haven't picked up any of the Golden Disc collection. I just look, with the exception of Pterosaur. With the exception of Pterosaur, none of them have ever made a TV appearance in any of the G1 cartoons or the Japanese series. None of them. So I am not interested. They are
but he's
random.
This one is
great. And I don't really want Pterosaur because I have the original Pterosaur toy, and I'm quite happy with my original Beast Wars collection. Yeah. I've never really felt it. My brother likes to get them for me, and that's awesome. Thank you very much. But I'm not.
I have this one. This is the Transform Element Stinger Warrior. He's way better than the Kingdom release. Like it doesn't even compare.
Because this thing is not great.
No, it except for the face sculpt, it doesn't even look like him.
Yeah, it's not great.
Forget that. But what else? Like I try to keep all of my stuff very like on this shelf. Maybe I can show you. I have this shelf here, and this shelf is my non-cartoon shelf. And
see, I don't.
Except for Sideswipe because I have. Yeah, go ahead. Which one?
Was that? Wait a minute. Go back. You do have the yellow
Tiger Track?
Yeah, Tiger Tracks.
Yep.
Yeah, nice.
I have him, and I have the blue deep cover because the Generation Select had the black version, but the Netflix had the blue version, so I got that.
Tiger Tracks is the only non-toy cartoon toy that I would pick up, but then again, not. I mean, it's one of. I'm not a big fan of the Sideswipe mold, even though they used it for Sideswipe and everything else.
He's good. He's good.
I mean, it's a decent one. I like the Siege one. I don't like the Earthrise one. That's
Hey,
just
have
me
you ever
though.
watched Mazinger and Grandizer when you were
Oh
younger?
yes, absolutely.
Look
Oh,
at this
nice. That's
Grandizer.
yeah. I was about to say that's Grandizer.
Yep.
Sweet.
This is a part of my childhood that I
Is that
did.
the? Is that the?
That's the Infinitism model kit.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
So it doesn't come with the saucer. It comes with the Alcor. I don't know what's the English name because I used to watch this in French, but it comes with his sidekick. He was piloting a little shuttle thing, so
Hmm.
that's what it comes with. But yeah.
Nice. Well, I think we're gonna leave it here, guys. Everyone, chat.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you very much for joining us. Thank you
Yeah.
very much, Raz,
I
for
don't know
hosting
if
the show.
Kato's still supposed to be coming in live. Let me just check because I'm going to promote Kato every chance I can.
Yeah, yeah. Kato's a great guy. He's a good
Yeah.
brother, man. I love him to death. I supported him from day one, man, and I'll never stop supporting him because he's just a good dude. You know, he
Yep.
really is.
I
He's
haven't
just
s- I haven't received any notification. That's the thing because I
he
know
was supposed to be going live, and some earlier
he was supposed to
Joseph
go
was com-
yesterday. Yesterday he meant to go live and then I
yeah,
texted him something and he said, "Oh, I canceled." I'm like, "Oh,
yeah,
okay."
yeah. The live stream was canceled until tomorrow night. So hey,
Is it tomorrow night?
tomorrow night. Yeah.
Okay.
All
All
right.
right. I was hoping to catch
So
him tonight,
real
but
quick, plug yourself and where folks can find you.
yeah, you can find me in Gat. No, I'm kidding. You can find me on YouTube at Razyel Kayne Reviews. You can find me on Instagram also at Razyel Kayne Reviews, and you can find both my profile and my page, Razyel Kayne or Razyel Kayne Reviews on Facebook and on tfarmers.com, the best site for this community.
Yep, and you also find the link to his channel down below in the description, folks. So you make sure you check out that link down there. And agree, Dave. And of course, I'm NinjaBill, Shinobi Birru on Facebook. I also, NinjaBill, I think on T-Formers. Haven't used my Discord in a while. I'm kind of behind the times on that. I've
Yeah,
really,
I'm
yeah,
I don't use Discord that much for I
yeah,
post a couple of things, but all right. Well, you take care, Ninja Bill. It's been
yep.
great.
Everyone have a fantastic rest of your weekend. And yeah. Yes, he
Thanks,
did.
Devoy.
Yes, he did. Thank you so much, Raz, for running the
Thanks,
show. Like I said,
David.
the show must go on. I had to be elsewhere. Show must go on. That's my.
No
That's what I
problem,
don't think.
man.
Yep.
My
Thank
pleasure.
you very much, everyone. Have a fantastic Sunday evening.
And remember, nothing in life gives you the right to be